I'm HybridFoxKid and welcome back to the Blocks SMP. Today we are starting off back at the Nether Hub because in the previous episode I didn't get half the stuff I wanted to done, and that episode ran on relatively long, and it totally wasn't because I was busy collecting frogs. That was just a complete coincidence. But yes, we are starting in the Nether Hub again because I want to get this part done. Mainly just the exterior stuff and none of the little details. I just want to make it look pretty. I want to get rid of all this basalt and this netherrack and yeah, actually make this place look nice. So it's pretty much this walkway here I'm standing on, and all of this area here that needs to be touched up, as well as maybe the start of the tunnels, because every single tunnel is going to have a different design. So I definitely need to get those ones sorted as well before we start actually making the tunnels safe. So yeah, that's a problem for a little bit later. So the first thing I want to do today is the thing that I feel most comfortable with, which is going to be this whole rock formation here. So essentially this is just going to be a different bunch of rocks like stone, cobblestone, andesite, everything else under the sun. And I'm just going to make it like a little concave cave area. It's not going to go in too deep, but it's just going to add a little bit more depth and texture to this overall nether hub because I don't want it going straight down. So yeah, I think I'm going to get started on the rock formation. I think we've all seen this before, so kind of like the previous episode, it's going to be like, I'm going to go do a thing, I go do the thing, and I show the result. There might be a couple time lapses, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this one we've seen 100 times. I'm relatively comfortable with this kind of stuff, so yeah, I'll cut back to when it's done. Just cutting in with a progress update. I've mined out all the details of the rocks. Now all I gotta do is swap out the nether stones for the overworld stone. So we'll get to that and I'll cut back again. Okay, so I think I'm maybe done with the rock formation part of the nether hub. It's been detailed, textured, as well as maybe mob proofed. I think I'm mob proofed it the best I can, but there's probably 1 or 2 squares that can actually spawn something. There's a high likelihood a ghast could spawn and absolutely destroy this area, so I'd rather not take the risk. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it, and if anything spawns, it's time to panic. But for now, we're going to be moving on to another part of the nether hub, which is this area just over here. So this is pretty much going to be the exact same as a rock formation. It's going to be a breaking pathway of stone onto the next tunnel. So yeah, I'm still debating if I'm going to have this top part be moss or stone. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So it's just a matter of taking all this down and then decorating around it and hope it looks good. I've never tried this kind of style, so we're gonna have to see how it goes. I definitely want to make it like it's part of the hub, like it's slowly just breaking away over time, and then maybe stretched out this way too. It looks really ugly now, yes, but maybe a little bit later on it might look nice. We'll have to wait and see. And then with that bridge like that, I'm going to have like a pillar keeping it all connected, like that. And then just have that expand out as well. This looks really, really ugly for now, but that's just for now. This is all temporary. I'm just getting a space laid out to see what it's going to look like. I think I can make that work, I really do. So you guys have seen the absolute disaster that was the guide post for the pathway, and I took a little bit of time and made it look pretty, and this is what we have. It blends really well. Okay, let's move a little bit. There we go. So I'll blend a little bit in with the background stone, but there might be a couple things in between these two areas which might separate a little bit better, but for now this is what it's looking like, and here is the top view of it. I actually really like how it turned out. Pretty much the exact same palette as the walls, and stone is kind of my specialty now. I built so many caves by now that, yeah, it's actually becoming a specialty of mine, so that's probably the most confident part of this nether hub. Now, we're moving on to a not so interesting part because it's just a pathway, so I'm going to circle this entire nether portal here and this path here in just a heightened cobblestone pathway with cobblestone, andesite, stone, and probably a little bit of grey carpet to add a little bit of texture to the actual walkway so it's like all bumpy and rigid. And then might as well tie them together. This part here is going to be a semi-destroyed rope bridge attempt. So yeah, we're going to have a stone pathway, probably going to end about here, and then a rope bridge to continue on. So that's going to be the last part of this nether hub. So yeah, let's get cracking and get these last 2 parts done. So after a little bit, I'm back. I had the walkway and the rope bridge all set up and ready to go. And with that, that officially means the first phase of the Nether Hub is actually finished. I've finally made some progress towards this place. It's looking rather nice so far. I'm actually really proud how this is turning out. So for now, I'm going to leave this as is because I want to come back a little bit later on with a bunch of different materials so I can build the extra environmental parts of this area. But I need to do a bit of grinding because all of this stuff here is all pointless now. I think we went a little bit overboard with the resources. We have a lot left over. Luckily, all of this is going to be put into the tunnels, which still need to be built as well. And on the topic of the tunnels, that's what I'm going to touch on now. With this part of the Nether Hub done, I can now extend what this area looks like to the actual tunnels themselves. But with these ones, what I'm planning to do is have each of the tunnels be slightly different from the other. So this one here is probably going to have a wooden walkway, this one here a stone walkway, and this one here is just going to be moss carpet. So instead of just saying this is what it's going to look like and then bang, magically it appears, let's do at least maybe 3 or 4 blocks down and yeah, show off what it's going to look like. So for the first set of tunnels, we're going to need all of these. We're going to need each of the wood types, as well as the spruce as well. We're going to need some skulk, some leaves, and the grey wool if I remember where I put it. That blended in way too well. There we go, beautiful. So yeah, that's everything for the first tunnel. Let's have a nosy and see how it's going to look. It's not really going to look any different from here, but yeah, let's hope it will turn out. And yeah, with placing down the nether tunnels, we're going to avoid having gas shooting through this hole here and blowing up the interior because that's happened a couple times. So unlike previous seasons, this tunnel is going to be slightly thicker than all the others. What I've planned for is a 5x4. The roof might be a little bit taller later on, but we're going to have to wait and see. For now, it's going 5x4, but we're just going to do this. There we go, and I don't have enough pocket space. You know what? I'll add the little holes and cracks later on. And something a little bit like that. So what I was planning to do, I was planning to have the trees jut in and out, but there's a chance that it could actually lead to someone's death, so I've decided against it. I think the only thing I might do, a 5 blocks width is like thick enough, so maybe every now and then just like put one like this. Just to add a tiny bit of depth because there's not really much going on. And yes, I do plan to have it like try and be sporadic like the actual nether hub itself. So my only conundrum at the moment is the actual roof of this tunnel itself. So maybe something with just like skulk and then just have leaves layering it like this. It's going to feel very flat, but the problem is we can't have people flying and then getting clipped on a leaf and then exploding. So that might have to be the way to go. It's not the most appealing, but I might have to go with it, honestly. Okay, so I've taken a little bit of time to ponder it over and chuck a couple blocks here and there, and I think I have a working concept. So it's 7 blocks high, which is a little bit higher than I originally planned for, but it allows the skulk to be placed in as well as the leaves as well and it not look super flat. I think that should be good, and it is super flyable as well. We've got 5 blocks to fly in, so hopefully people crashing their heads on leaves won't be a problem. But yeah, I think I might run with that. So this is the first tunnel done, which is our stone tunnel. And then I have 2 more tunnels to do, but they're pretty much exactly the same, except for this one has moss and this one has different wood. So yeah, I'll get those 2 done and I'll show them off when I'm finished. And there we go, there's one tunnel and the other tunnel. So with that, that means I'm officially done with the nether hub, so I can finally get out of here and come back a little bit later on to do the extra decorations. But for now, I'd like to say I'm done for at least this part. So what I want to do for the rest of today's episode is actually get a shop started up. So as you know, in the previous episode, I made a froglight farm that's a little bit too overpowered. And I can also show off the shopping district as well. I'm a little bit everywhere today. But yeah, I'm going to make a shop. But first, let's have a little bit of a tour around the shopping district. I don't think we've seen the shopping district in my episode just yet. But yeah, we'll have a little go around. This is the central portal. Still needs a little bit of decorating on the tentacle. I've been in charge of doing that. Not done just yet. I've had way too many jobs to do. It's only half done, but it will get done eventually. One day, eventually. So we have a couple builds. We have a little jungle sanctuary because this jungle has been completely torn down. We have a wood shop by Raiden. We have Captain Razor's kelp farm, or kelp shop, as well as like a little relic shop. Yeah, it's an archaeology shop. It's really cute. And then we have iron shop, a hopper shop, flower shop, rocket shop. We have a wool shop and a slime shop as well, which, yeah, this place is really shaping up and it's looking really cool. So what I'm planning is to build right smack bang in the middle Yes, this is the perfect idea, isn't it? There's also a plot of land over there I've claimed as well, but that's going to be for my Prismarine shop and stuff like that. But for now, this is the area I'm going to focus on today. And as I was saying before I got entirely distracted by the guide, this is going to be where my Froglights are sold. Because my Froglight farm is way too powerful, it has like a whole double chest already stocked up, and I haven't even been AFKing. I don't think anyone has. That thing is too powerful. And it's only at half power. But besides the point of me freaking out about how powerful my farm is, I actually got to decorate this area here. So what I'm planning, since we have a whole bunch of buildings around here and I'm smack bang in the middle, I think I'm gonna dig a little bit like lower into the earth, maybe 3 or 4 blocks down, and have market stalls, so I'm pretty much out of the way and I don't block the view of everything, but it feels tied together, so something along the lines of like just maybe a circle? A circle might be nice. I only do plan to have like 4 or 5 different kinds of shops, so it's not going to be massively huge. So yeah, let's start building a circle and we'll see what designs we can get. That should be a decent size for now, at least to get a proof of concept down. So what I'm popping down here is a whole bunch of different lights, not just the frog lights. So frog lights will obviously be first, and then my sea lanterns when I've eventually got my guardian farm set up, as well as maybe your regular lanterns, maybe torches, and soul lanterns as well, and any other kind of light source, maybe some beacons if I actually get a wither skeleton farm done this season. But that one's on a definite maybe for now. But yeah, so this should be big enough, and I think what I might do is I might throw us into a time lapse. We haven't had one this episode, so yeah, let's go into a time lapse and build up these stalls. So when I was looking for potential areas to pop down my shop, I wasn't exactly planning to take the middle spot. It only came to me a little bit later on when I was looking around and I felt the middle was really populated, but not populated enough to feel like alive and busy. It was just missing a tiny extra thing, smack bang in the middle. It could have been my stalls, it could have been a fountain, but my stalls came first, so I beat the fountain to it. But yeah, after adding the market stalls as well as getting rid of the torch spam with the decorations you'll see a little bit later on, I kind of really like it. Really tied this place together and it makes it feel busy but not too busy, so it makes it feel like a working market stall. So I absolutely love it. I love this build, and what can I say, tiny market stalls are absolutely adorable. With another time lapse done, that means there's another shop in the shopping district, and I gotta say, first things first is I think I have an obsession with market stalls. I don't know. I love them. They're really cute. It's honestly becoming a trend by now. I think every season I've built at least one market stall. That doesn't matter, they're adorable. But yes, I have 3 market stalls available at the moment, which are the 3 frog lights, and I have them here just to show off which one they're selling. I added a couple more extra market stalls for sea lanterns and maybe lanterns a little bit later on, just in case I want to add them. I decided to put the market stall down now, and then I'll chuck the sign up when I actually have stock for it, and I'm starting to stock it. As well as this central area here for any bonus stock like campfires, something else that's a lighting thing that I don't have a stall for. So this is all just extra storage for like extra stuff to sell, which I will display the item that is being sold when I get to it. But for now, we only have the 3. I will add the extras a little bit later on. So finally time to stock up this shop, and as you can see here, I have a fair amount of frog lights. It's ridiculous how dumb and strong that farm is. It's crazy. I don't think anyone's been AFK at this farm. No one's been AFK. People have just been walking by, and this is how much we're getting. I should have made it like 1 frog per color. I think 2 frogs was a bit too overpowered, but you know what? We're getting a lot of frog lights. It means we're never going to run out, which is kind of good. But yeah, that's the stock we have for now, and what I've marked it at is 1 diamond for 4 stacks. Because the farm is so powerful, I don't want to charge a large amount for a small amount, so yeah, 4 stacks for 1 diamond, or you can mix and match for 1 diamond, so you can get 2 of these, 1 pearlescent, and 1 verdant. So yeah, you can pretty much mix and match, depends on what color you want the most. But with that, that's a shop all started up and ready to gain some profits from, which is going to be great. One day I'll get my guardian shop up and running, but for now, yeah, this is going to be my only source of income. But with all that progress done, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here. We've got so much things done. We've got the nether hub, we've got our very first shops, and hopefully soon we'll be gaining a bit of a profit. But yes, in the next episode, I am not going to be in the Nether Hub. I swear I'm going to stay away from that place for at least a couple episodes because I need to get a couple other projects done as well as my base. But I still got more things I need to do before I can actually go back there. So in the next episode, we're going to be doing some other things, but it's going to be a relatively large project. So yeah, that one's going to be a while. But yes, with that, I'm going to leave this episode here. If you guys like the video, give the video a thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you want to stick around. Or good, I'll see you guys next time. See ya!